he can take out women from the clutches of patriarchy. So prepared scheme of political safeguards for betterment of oppressed classes of the society, advocated immediate introduction of adult franchise because see what happened in Western society, they after the constitution was in process, like women realized later that they don't have the right of vote, but here in India we didn't do that. There was no chance for women to come out of the doors and then on the roads and then asking for or protesting for right of women, because it was already there. When he wrote, he already gave us the right of vote. So there was no need for Indian women. Okay, so you can understand how ahead he was and his thinking, because he was so well read and he took education in Western society as well. And then he became finally chairman of drafting committee of Indian Constitution by winning the election from West Bengal, though he lost in Bombay province. So a few books that he is being very vocal about: Annihilation of Caste, who were the Shudras, caste in India, their mechanism, genesis and development, the problem of the rupee, its origin and its solution. On the especially based on this, we have constituted Reserve Bank of India today, and Buddha and his Dhamma, and the untouchables, who were they and why they become untouchables, waiting for a visa. So annihilation of caste, he advocates that until and unless that we understand the caste system, we come out of these castes, you cannot expect any change in a progressive order. So until and unless we understand the social structure, who is dominating who is oppressing whom, if we stop that, until and unless, we are not going to construct a better society for the downtrodden people as well as women. So whenever I tell oppressed section, it is not only downtrodden class of the society. Remember, I'm also referring the gender, that is women. So when you see these books, it is very clear. It is very clear that he is talking. He is focusing mainly on the downtrodden. So, but there is no reference of feminism or feminine or female, something like that. So, what happened? The general idea. So that became he was vocal only for SC/ST, not for anybody, right? And apart from these books, so he wanted to reach audience. So until and unless we get educated about what exactly the society, how it got constructed, we don't understand how it is running right now in present. So apart from those books, so he also launched few journals, that is Muknayak, Bahishkrit Bharat, Janata and Prabudha Bharat, where there was a separate column for women to talk about women issues. So prior to that, there was no. So only in his journals there was a special column to address women issues. So that is very important. So his concern towards women more than any other pseudo-feminists of India, to be honest. So Ambedkar's perceptions of women's questions. So now the point here is he started emphasizing the right to education. So education is the only panacea to bring change in the society. Education. So even Mary Wollstonecraft in 1792, she also talks, she says in her Vindication for Women's Rights. So that was the first feminist in, Western, and she says that women ought to get education and they should become empowered, and it is not they become wives of the husband, they have to become companions. So partnership. So any marriage, it is not wife and husband, it is the partnership. And then the same thing, even Ambedkar was advocating to Indian society, especially to women. And then he understood that education, if they through education only they can understand their self. Why are you all here today? Because you are able to understand what I am trying to tell. Because you have got a certain amount of knowledge already. So what am I doing? I am not giving any extra knowledge, but I am just adding little knowledge to the existing knowledge of yours. Right? So that's the reason I am able to reach you. And the right to property. So property rights were not there for women, right? Recently, like 1993 or 92, the law was passed that even women can have all the rights for property. And when that was happened, what have you all heard of Sudha magazine and Taranga? Yeah, the cover page where it says that. So now there will be. So the moment that the law was passed, the cover page said that now there will be a big fight between sisters and brothers. What does it mean? So all these days we were all fine. The moment that women got the property of right, you are not ready to accept her as your sister, right? So then they other feminists, they went and they changed the entire cover page because that was actually giving a very negative shade. So why you people were like bhai behan all these days? Just because you are okay that she is not going to ask my property. So whatever property my father has earned, it is only for me. The moment that she got the right, so you started hating her. You understood the point. So yeah, and then he said that there should be right for property and political progress. So there is no need of other gender to lead women. Women can lead themselves. So there should be political representation from women. And then he advocated very, very important 3 words, that is equality, liberty and fraternity. These are the 3 basic objectives where Indian Constitution is framed on. So now when he became very vocal, so Ambedkar movement started from 1920 onwards. So he argued for creating separate electorates and reservation for untouchables. So separate electorates finally didn't happen because if that would have happened, probably the condition of these downtrodden people would have been increased, become better. But that didn't happen because someone went for a satyagraha saying that there should not be separate electorate, and finally Pune back happened. Well, let me not get into that. So let me focus on feministic aspects of Ambedkar. So he tried to promote education to untouchables and uplift them. So that's why the reservation and all had happened. And then he led many satyagrahas. In that, very important one is Satyagraha, where he went to drink water. So there was a water tank where untouchables were not allowed to touch water. Imagine, even in touching water, even in water there is a caste, right? So that demarcation that he wanted to break. So thousands of people joined the Satyagraha. Remember, it was not only the downtrodden people who participated in Satyagraha. There were few rationalists from upper caste also. Okay, and then even women participated in that satyagraha, and when this happened, these voiceless section of the society become powerful. Like they got voice, like they got strength, so they became very vocal, and they understood that yes, we can bring some change. Okay, and then in that satyagraha you can even remember that temple entry in 1927. Then Ambedkar takes up the foremost books of Hindu law, that is Manusmriti. Very, very, very important point, right? So there you can find the double marginalization of women. So one is gender, the other one is sensing her that she is impure, she is disgusting just because she bleeds every month. Right? And then riddles of Hinduism. There are a lot of questions. They're all riddles where you don't bring any answers to that. So riddles of Hinduism, where he talks about Manu's opinion on women. So in Manusmriti, when you read that, so women are being objectified there. So she is a material thing, and then the sense of looking at women is very cheap. In one point, he even says that women should, if the situation demands, women should even seduce men. How is that? So this gave the divine sanction power on women. Like, who said do's and don'ts? That's what I asked. Who framed the laws? It is only men, right? And then, in that satyagraha where, he even burnt Manusmriti. This is a very important, turning point in the society when we see the entire movement. So now this, Strina, so that this is 9/18 Vedic mantra. It says that Vedic mantras are not to be recited by women as they are impure and represent falsehood. Why are they impure? Why are they impure? Just as I told that they have the cycle, monthly cycle that they have to face. And if that doesn't happen, then there is no point of creation at all. In one point you say women are great because they have the power of creation or creating a new life in their womb. And in the other point you just say that they are impure. And they should not be given any chance of reading Vedic mantras. And then Trinsha, that is 9/93, in case of any problem in performing religious rites, males between the age of 24 and 30 should marry a female between the age of 18 and 12. You can understand the age gap here, right? So age gap. And then because I have already stressed on this particular point, so I am not going to talk about it now. And then Bharata Ratnam, where 8/370, in case of a woman proud of her greatness, violates her duties towards her husband, the king shall arrange to have her thrown before dogs at a public place. I stress on these words. If she is great, if she feels proud about herself, if she denies duties of that ought to be conducted towards the family, especially for her husband, if she says no, the king has all the power to throw her out, chop her off to the dogs. Can you even imagine the treatment that the society was giving to women? So how did they become, how all this happened? Because of the divine sanction from the religion. And then a very important evil of the society, that is Devdasi system. So you all know, till today it is in an existing form. Till today it is there. Women are not able to come out of Devdasi system just because the upper caste men not letting them to come out, because in public places they were treated so bad, they were brutally beaten up just for saying no to be part of Devdasi system, on records. And now Ambedkar was against this Devdasi system because this started in Chola's time, and then it was offering women to the god, and later it turned to it shifted towards prostitution, where only women from downtrodden community was given to this particular social evil. Okay, so in speech he said, while addressing the communities of Vagyas, Devadasis, Joginis and Aradhis in Kamatipura, that is in Maharashtra, Ambedkar urged the Devdasis